What is up, everybody? This is your boy Claymore Lord coming to you with a quick video. I know I haven't posted in a minute. It's because of the whole YouTube COPPA thing, and I've just been kind of hanging back just to see what happens and kind of get an idea for how this thing operates, pretty much. But in this video, I want to go over something that I don't know if a lot of y'all know, or or you don't. But I just had a debate, I guess you can call it that, with the user on Discord about, I guess you could say, the trans woman thing, whatever. And as many of y'all may know, I don't care one way or another if you're a trans woman or gay or black or fat or what. I don't care. Like, it has no effect on me. But this particular person decided that it became an issue, so she wanted to, or not she, he, because it's a man transitioning into a woman. And so anyways, well, supposedly, I was telling this user that I personally will not call you something that you are not. Like, that is one thing that I was raised up, is not to lie. Even if it affects the person in a negative manner to their feelings, honesty is the best policy, right? That's the golden rule for almost every kid back in their childhood. Your parents should have or have taught you, don't don't lie. Honesty is the best policy. I'm not gonna, and I told the user, I'm not gonna call you what you are not. You are a man by birth, so you are a man at all times to me. And he kept saying, well, I don't want people to know that I'm a trans. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to tell people who don't need to know. That's not, my plan. Like, I don't plan on doing that because it's going to cause unnecessary problems. But back to the whole debate thing. In a debate, it basically goes like this. A question is made. One person thinks one way, another one thinks the other way, and they give facts based, to tell why they think that way, and their reasonings must be factually correct to some degree for it to be valid. Like if I say I don't like spiders, okay, that's Or I'll give you an example. If the person asking the question says, should we extinct spiders? Okay, there's a couple ways you can think about it. The way I would think of it, like, yes. Well, me personally, no, because it would have an environmental effect, which a lot of people might use. But then you have people who have other opinions, like say yes, and when the person asks them why, based off of either facts or experience, they could probably use something like, well, a lot of spiders do cause deaths in the world, and if we eliminate some of these spiders, or if all spiders, then we would have a reduction in human death. That is factually correct, and so their opinion or their part of the debate will be validated for the next part. Then you have someone like me who'd be like, no, we should keep them. Yes, they cause death, but the spiders feed on the insects below, so if the spiders go missing, then the insects that are below them, that they are the food source for the spiders, would get out of hand, and then it could cause unseen problems. That also is factually correct, based off of facts, whatever. And so, at any point, whether it be an official debate or it even being between two people, there's always a rule that the moment that you go off from using facts to name calling the opponent and belittling them and calling them stuff that they're not, like, oh, you're just a hypocrite, or you're a liar, or you're not being truthful, or whatever, when they start calling you names at that point in either an official debate or just a regular one-on-one out in public debate, that person has nothing left to debate about. They have no more facts that they can use against you to win the debate, and they are now simply going into their emotions. They're going into their feelings towards you and not really the topic itself. back to the discussion I had with the user on Discord. He kept trying to tell me that being a trans woman was not a choice. He tried to convince me that being gay isn't a choice, which are all completely factually incorrect. There are only two things in life that is not your choice. And anyone with a brain will tell you this is the case. You have no choice in being born, and you have no choice when death comes for you. You can choose when you die. Like if I'm supposed to live until I'm 50, I can choose to kill myself right now at 27. That part is my choice. Like when I do it, but I cannot just say, "Oh, I'm never gonna die. I'm gonna live forever. Death is never gonna come for me." I can't. That is something that is not within my ability. I have no choice in that matter. When death says, "Hey, you're coming with me," I'm coming with them. That ain't my choice. But anything in between is your choice. You have the choice of who you be friends with, where you go to school at. You have the choice of where you work, how much money you make. Do you go to college? Do you get friends? Do you get a relationship? Who you're attracted to? You have the choice from point A to point B in your life to make it what you want. And this user kept trying to tell me that, oh, it wasn't his choice to be trans. And I'm like, okay, then who forced you? If someone forced you to be something that you did not want to be, who is it? And if you know who it is, they should be in jail for some type of crime, whether it be hostage, basically held you hostage, kidnapped you, put a gun to your head, threatened you. Some crime had been committed for them to force you to be something that you don't want to be, and they should be in jail. And I asked them, I'm like, who put the gun to your head, whether it be a figurative gun or just a literal gun? And he said, I did. I put the gun to my head. So I'm like, okay, then it was your choice. You chose to put yourself in this position. Then he later on told me that he announced to the world that he was trans, and now he's complaining that people are treating him differently. And I'm like, that's your fault. You set yourself up to fail, because if you didn't want people to make fun of you, that's something you shouldn't have said to begin with. Now, if you wanted to be trans, fine, more power to you. I personally don't care. But if you don't want the problems that associate that comes with being trans, you shouldn't announce that. That's why a lot of people who are gay or trans or, some type of thing that people majority don't like, because they're either ignorant or they're just, they just don't like that thing, then you shouldn't say anything. Like, if I'm a racist, or if I'm whatever thing that most people don't like, I'm not going to go out and announce it. I'm not going to be like, hey, everybody, I know y'all hate gay people, but I'm gay. Like, that's unnecessary attention to myself. Like, I'm not going to bring that hatred and that problems that comes associated with me announcing that. So if I want to be gay, I'll be gay and not tell nobody. Like, I'll tell very few people, if any, if I don't want the problems with, people, oh, this city doesn't like gay people, so if you're a gay person, you're going to get, targeted. Okay, I'm not going to tell anybody. Because if one person knows, then another person's going to know, and then it's going to spread, and then now I got people coming at me. I would keep that in myself. And I tried to explain that to him. He's like, well, I thought people would be more accepting. I'm like, yeah, but you also got to realize that there's a lot more people out there who will reject you. So you got to be mindful of the ups and downs of your decision, like the pros and cons. If I make a decision, I'm going to weigh out, okay, how would this people react to this statement, or how would people, view me if I come out in this particular light, or if I do this. I'm always weighing those type of things. Like when I go to a customer at my job, I'm always weighing out, okay, can I be this way to this customer, or can I be this way to this customer to get the best results? Now, if the customer doesn't look like he wants to be joked around with, I'm going to be straight with them. I'm like, okay, hello, sir, this is my name, here's your food, you have a good day. I'm going to be boom. But if I see another customer who's like happy, bubbly, it's loud before I get there. I was like, okay, I can be a little bit more comfortable around this person and they'll be okay. So you always got to weigh out the thing, and I try to tell him that. But at the very end, he typed a massive message calling me disrespectful, calling me a homophobic, transphobic, just an asshole, prick. It was, I think it was like 10, 11 lines long. And I'm like, okay, so I was making a response to that. And when I sent it, turns out he blocked me. So that also indicates that he was refusing to listen to anything that I had to say. And I wasn't being disrespectful. I never once called him a derogatory name. I was simply saying, hey, facts don't care about your feelings. If you get pissed off, hey, that's on you. If you get upset, that's on you. If you get depressed, that's on you. I'm simply stating what you need to hear. And that's what a lot of people don't do these days, is they don't tell the hard truth that people need to hear to better themselves. They always, and he tried to tell me, oh, I didn't commit suicide because, people address me as a woman, even though I'm not. And he clearly stated that. I'm like, well, that's what a lot of people would do because it's the easiest. It's the easiest way to do it. If some guy is like, oh, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to say whatever needs to be said to make him feel better. I mean, it's the easiest way. The right way might have it might be the right thing to do, but it might have different results. He might jump off the building if I did the right thing. But to people like him, and to people just closed-minded, and people who get in debates with the intent of like just talking with the person, and then one person gets in their feelings, that defeats the purpose of the debate. I've been in countless debates over 10 years. I had a job at Crackle Barrel where there was one particular individual in there who I actually enjoyed having debates, and we disagreed on a lot of things. Like a lot of things we did not, see eye to eye. But what it did do is it allowed me to get a different perspective on that topic than I normally would. And that's the beauty of debates. That's the point. That's the essence of a debate, is to learn a different point of view than your own. Because you never know, the way that person thinks might be better for you in the long run or even the short run than the way you are now. And vice versa. He might learn something about me that he's like, you know what, that makes sense. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it makes sense. I give you a quick quick example. Me and him, we disagreed on abortion. He believes that every woman has the right to do whatever she wants to do with the baby. He supported the female's rights. He's like, hey, that's her baby, that's in her body, whatever she can do with it. I disagreed with that because I'm like, that's not her body. That's not her. She's not the baby. And that baby did nothing wrong to deserve to be aborted. So, however you want to string the words, that's still murder to me. And that's where we disagreed. But he's like, you know what? I do understand where you're coming from, because you are taking the life of a baby. He's like, I agree with you on that, but, it's her choice. And I'm like, and that's where I kind of disagree with him. Like, no, that's not her choice. So, but even still, we're so cool, even after all that. I didn't call him no names. I'm like, oh, you support murderer, you murder supporter. I didn't call him none of that. I'm still cool with the guy. I'm still friends with him. I just don't agree with what his view on that topic. And that's the thing about debates too. If you don't like the debate or like the way that the person is presenting their beliefs, you don't have to not like them. You just know that they don't think they don't think the same as you. And that's what a lot of people also don't have today. They find someone who's differs in opinion, and they want to alienate them and distance themselves from them and just treat them like they're the enemy, when we are humans, we have our own brain. We are all raised differently. We all think differently. We're not the same entity. We're going to have disagreements on things. You might like traveling. I might not. You might like cooking. I might not. You know, we're all going to have differences with people. We're going to have some people that we agree on the same things. But there's going to be a lot of people that we disagree with. But we should never, make a debate turn into an attack, because that defeats the purpose. And then it, again, shows the other person what type of person you are. To me, when he blocked me and started calling me their names, he's a closed-minded, very pessimistic, very rude person. Because you started this debate, my good sir. You started that debate. And I'm not a person who will turn down a debate. I love a good challenge. I love using my brain and talking to people and learning more about people. I love it because it allows me to see from a different point of view that I would normally not be able to see myself. And the fact that he's the one that, started calling me the disrespectful names and calling me all these type of stuff and blocking me and, making me seem like the bad guy, that just shows to me that you're just one of the millions of people who just don't care. They don't want to have their opinions, challenged. So, but if anything, if you got into this point in the video, the only thing you really should take away from this is always, 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 always be open-minded. Because you never know, you might learn something that you never thought you would actually learn. And that's the beauty of growing as a person. You're always learning. The moment that you stop learning, you stop right there. That's the end of you. Like, everything else, after that point, you will be literally living as your past self. You always want to continue to learn things. You always want to continue to grow, to better yourself. So to all the people who are listening, who have watched this video, I encourage you, go out and just have a debate with somebody, but just keep it all respectful and factual, because that's the point of the debate. And when I mean factual, I mean actual proof of why you think that way. But yeah, this is your boy Claymore. Peace.